Welcome to Lead with Hope, the podcast where we explore the power of hope, leadership, and resilience in today's world. I'm Brandy Kelly, and each week I will bring you stories, insights, and actionable advice from leaders, innovators, and changemakers who are using hope as their compass to navigate challenges, create positive impact, and inspire others to do the same. Whether you're a seasoned leader or just beginning your journey, this podcast is here to remind you that no matter the obstacle, hope is the fuel that can drive transformation. So let's dive in and discover how you can lead with hope. Welcome to the Lead with Hope podcast, where we explore habits, optimism, purpose, and excellence in life and leadership. What does it look like to lead with vision, especially when the unexpected tries to steal your purpose? Well, today's guest, Kijuan Amey, has lived through unimaginable loss, and he's emerged as a powerful motivator, mentor, and advocate. From his service in the Air Force to the moment everything changed in 2017, Kijuan has redefined what it means to lead with hope. Welcome to the podcast, Kijuan.
Thank you so much for having me, Brandy. I truly appreciate it. You don't understand, like me just being allowed to tell my story, but also still being alive to tell it is even more important.
Wow, that's a powerful statement that you just made. And I love that you just said that. So as we get started, Kijuan, can you share your journey with us? Just talk to us about maybe your service in the military, to that accident that did change your life, and how that led you to the mission with Amey Motivation.
Oh boy, service in the military.
Mm-hmm.
How fun it is. Well, I spent 4 of my 10 total committed years in the military on active duty. And I was stationed at Seymour Johnson in North Carolina, where I actually do reside. I don't reside at that location where the base is, but I am born and raised in Durham, North Carolina. Okay. So I kind of moved back to that same area, that generalized area. And I spent, again, 4 years active. The next, 6 would be reserve, but also finding my way.
Mm-hmm.
And so the active duty side was getting, I could say getting my feet wet, but boy, they threw me to the wolves. Breaking me.
Mm-hmm.
That was the beginning of my adversity and my resilience journey. Just the start of the military itself. And so, like I said, active duty, I mean, I was only there for 4 years, but that first year I was in school. Mm-hmm. The first full year I was in school for my active duty commitment. Mm-hmm. Those next 3 years I was on the road. Yeah. I'm sure you've probably heard the song "On the Road Again."
Yeah.
That might as well have been my theme song. Okay. Or I Take to the Skies Again should have been my remake. Yeah. And so I really truly loved the travel aspect. Mm-hmm. I love that. Now listen, if you want somebody to go somewhere, hey, where we going? And that's still today. I still try my best. I mean, I've got 4 trips coming up right now. So I'm back taken to the skies again. and I just love that aspect. When they put that bug in me, it was on. It was on. That bug is still generating. It's like the movie The Matrix, when they put that bug in Neo's stomach. That bug's still there. And so I love the travel aspect. I do love the discipline that it taught me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I was undisciplined growing in, but I sure did gain a lot more.
Oh, I'm sure.
I sure did. And it also taught me how to be away. Mm-hmm. What do I mean by that? Well, when you're away from things, and when I say away, I don't mean like, well, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah.
No. I'll be back in a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Couple of weeks, couple of days. And so when you learn how to be away,
Mm-hmm.
it makes another person out of you. I had to put Kijuan on the shelf back home, and then I had to put on Staff Sergeant Amey.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. We wear two hats,
Mm-hmm.
and even in the military, you might have to wear multiple ones because I not only was Staff Sergeant Amey the boom operator, I was Staff Sergeant Amey the instructor boom operator. I was Staff Sergeant Amey the scheduler. I was a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And so it the active duty side of it, man, it sped me up and built my growth. And then when I got to the reserves, I was trying to slow down.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. I was
Mm-hmm.
be reserved.
Right.
But I was still burning the road up. I couldn't, like, when I tell you they put that bug in me and it did not want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, man, you are the most flyingest traditional reservist we have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're always going somewhere. I said, hey, first off, you don't make any money staying at home,
Right.
especially in the reserves. Secondly, I just like going places. I like to be away.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I had an apartment, but that was basically like my storage unit.
Yeah.
My storage unit with a bed.
And
And so,
in today's society, you talk about being away and wearing multiple hats. Life's hectic. Life can be very, very hectic. And so as you then faced that accident, whenever you had your motorcycle accident, and you were so accustomed to being away, to being on the road, to doing all of the things that you did and wearing all of the hats that you did, how did you navigate that, Kijuan?
yeah, coming to that beautiful day of May
Yeah.
5th, 2017.
Wow.
And I say beautiful because it really was. It
Mhm.
was an amazing day. May 5th, 2017, Durham, North Carolina is where I was. Of course, like I said, I was stationed at Seymour Johnson, but I lived in Durham. Um, I would be actually taking pictures that day because I was a photographer as well. I had my own business,
Yeah.
Kiwi Enterprise, where I did website design and management, social media marketing, and photography.
Okay.
And so I was going to be updating a website that weekend up for a company that I was managing a website for.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, let me go take these shots and, then I'll just head on back home. And I jumped on that bike, man. And that bike was telling me, hey, this feels great.
Mm-hmm.
This feels amazing, doesn't it? Don't you just love the wind? And it does speak to me because it's just you and the bike.
Yeah.
It's you, the bike, and that road. And, I went to take those photos, but from where I went to take the pictures, which was actually my church, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
I went from my apartment to the church, and that was about a 10-minute ride from my house
Mm-hmm.
because I did live that close to my church at one point. And on a bike, it feels like it's shorter because, and I was sitting there after I finished taking those pictures, like, man, this day is just too nice for me to put this bike right back in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Way too nice. And so I was like, well, okay, that might be true, but what you gonna do with it? And so I said, you know what? I could ride to the lake. That would be a nice ride. And so I went to this place here in North Carolina called Jordan Lake. And Jordan Lake from my church was about 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
about a 30-minute ride, which is really nice.
Yeah.
That's decent worth of riding that you can be alone with the road,
Mm-hmm.
And I get there just fine. No problems there. And I always went to this lake, by the way. Jordan Lake, I've been going there since I was a kid.
Yeah.
But this was a spot that I had found at Jordan Lake where there was a dock I could sit at.
Mm-hmm.
And this doc, I took a picture of it. Again, I was a photographer. On the cover of my book, Don't Focus on Why Me, From Motorcycle Accident to Miracle, you'll see the motorcycle I had the accident on, but that backdrop is of that dock that I used to go sit at.
Wow.
Yeah, so those are the last two things I remember seeing.
Yeah.
You know, which is why I have them on the front cover of my book, because they tried their hardest to get me to change my cover, and I'm like, y'all don't understand what it means to me, though.
Right.
You know, I want everybody to understand what the last thing I remember.
Yeah.
Is the motorcycle and the lake. I don't
So,
remember the bad things.
let me ask you this: what did that motorcycle look like?
It's a black Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R.
Okay.
So it's what they call a crotch rocket for those who know that term.
Yeah.
I love that thing. That thing was awesome. I wasn't one of those crazy riders. I might like to go fast, but I'm not trying to kill myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was just riding down the road the other day, and I heard the bike coming from behind us on the highway.
Oh, gosh.
Not on a side street. This was on a highway where everybody's doing at least about 65, 70 miles an hour. Yeah. And I can hear you coming from behind us. Not like, no. Back there, I said, here comes a bike.
Yeah.
And I'm still waiting for him to get there.
Yeah. And, you know, as a mom, I know there are many, many times in my son's life when he's fantasized about a bike, kind of like the one you just described. And my husband and I, it's kind of our worst fears. So on that day in May, what happened?
Yeah. So I would be leaving the lake.
Yeah.
And when so if I wish you could see the cover of the book, because there are these really tall trees.
Okay.
And the reason I bring them up is because alongside the road that I was riding on were the trees. Yeah. They're pretty much everywhere in North Carolina. North Carolina is really green. You know, we have a lot of trees in different places. And we got the mountains, we got the ocean and the trees. Okay. And so as I'm riding along this, it's only a 2-lane road. You know, the lane I'm going in and lane coming past me, and it's I guess you call what we call like a little country highway. That's what we call it. And so 55 miles an hour was what I was doing here. The only time these trees are cut back are for a couple of things. You got driveways because people actually lived off of this road, like literally a country road. An intersection. There was this really shady gas station. I had never seen anybody there. Like, I don't even know if it was still in business. It was one of those types of things. Like something you see in the movies where you're like, oh man, we about to run out of gas.
We don't want to stop there.
You don't. And then a produce farm, which is really, really cool. You go there and they would take you out and you could pick your own stuff if you like.
Nice.
Yeah. So, you know, countryside stuff.
Yeah.
And so anywho, as I'm riding, we get to this intersection and I don't remember it, honestly. I just know it from the police report. This silver Honda Accord pulls out in front of me. I'm doing 55 miles an hour. Now, hear me, everybody, clearly. Yes, I took all the motorcycle riding courses that I was supposed to take because the military told me to. Yeah. Listen, ain't no I chose to. Right. I was going to do it anyway, but they told me to. Yeah. Okay, and so I took all the courses. I learned how to do all those figure eights, stopping, and, you know, all this crazy fun stuff that you learn how to do. But guess what? You're learning all of that in a parking lot. Yeah. This is not going down the highway.
It's not reality.
Not even a little bit. And so people think, oh, why didn't you do this? I'm not a stunt rider.
Right.
I'm a rider. Okay. And so I love to just make that plain because so many people, well, you know, you shouldn't have done. I should have just rode the bike like I was doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. That car should have never pulled out in front of me because on the police report, there were 2 cars behind him that said they saw me coming. They don't know why he didn't.
Oh, geez.
So tell me who's wrong here, me or him? You know what I'm saying? And so I I don't know anything until June the 6th. So
Wow.
my accident was May 5th. June the 6th, I'm waking up out of a medically induced coma. Countless surgeries, loss of eyesight, loss of smell, mouth wired shut. I mean, you think of it, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
I had no clue what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you right now, though, the good side of that, I woke up feeling like I was in my bed back at home. I felt so comfortable and peaceful.
Yeah.
It was like, like I just had the best sleep in the world.
Yeah.
Not even realized I missed a whole month of my life.
Mm-hmm. What do you attribute that sense of peace to?
Of when I woke up,
When you woke up, yeah.
man, it just had to be the drugs.
Yeah.
It had to be that. And listen, anesthesia is powerful.
Yes, it is.
And I'll tell you what, every time I've come out of it, because that wasn't the first time that I know I came out of it. That wasn't the only time. That was the first.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the only time.
Yeah.
I've had other surgeries after that.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I came out, oh man, I'm number one, I feel great. Number two, I'm laughing and joking. And I'm not even like, I'll be clowning people. I'll be making so many jokes and they're like, what is wrong with him? And my family's having to be like, that's just who he is.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. And I'm just so happy, ready to go home. Hey, how was your day? You know, like the comment. Oh, I was the one who was cut off. Doesn't feel like it, you know.
Feeling good right now.
Yeah, you know, real good right now. Don't let this stuff wear off, okay?
But it does, doesn't it?
It sure does.
It does
it
wear
hits
off. Yes, it does.
Hits you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I attribute that to. And when I woke up, there were voices in my room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what? Am I dreaming or something? But then I was like, no, I recognize these voices.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't doctors. They weren't nurses. They were the voice of my mother and my ex-girlfriend now.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, she was, you know, very pivotal at the time. Because not only was she there for supporting me, but she was there for my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in that time. And that, I mean, they were just having conversations, you know, trying to get through this thing. But yeah, I heard them talking. I was like, what is going on? Why are people in my room? I'm not dressed. You know, and I hear them talking about a motorcycle accident.
Oh, wow.
But they are the worst storytellers you'd ever know. They don't say a word about who it is.
Yeah.
I want the juiciness.
Right. Who was in a motorcycle accident?
Yeah, give me the juice.
Yeah.
And so I'm just laying there like acting like I'm still asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, this is the worst story I've ever heard. Hey, anybody want to tell me what's going on?
Right.
So I go to open my eyes, which I did. I opened them just fine. Only not to be able to see anything.
Yeah.
I woke up like this. See, people think this is over time. No. June the 6th, I couldn't see a thing.
Yeah.
June the 6th, I couldn't smell a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and on June the 6th, I couldn't speak because my jaw had been broken and it's now wired shut.
Yeah.
If there was a nightmare and somebody wrote a horror movie, this is the one. Okay, this is the one. Because I don't wish this on anybody.
Right.
I mean, yes.
Go back, Kijuan.
Ahead.
You were talking though about at the beginning. You said it was a beautiful day. When you're talking about your accident and you're sharing your story with the world, I've heard you say, I may have lost my sight, but I didn't lose my vision. So talk to me a little bit about that. How did you find the strength to move forward?
Yeah, that wasn't an overnight success. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Right.
That was a part of a journey. and an ongoing journey. Hear me clearly. I am still dealing with all of the aftermath. I mean, you go from 25 years of being with sight to now is I just hit 8 years in May.
Yeah.
So, now I'm 8 years without.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I may have lost my sight, but I didn't lose my vision. That came from someone asking me, how do I do this?
Yeah.
How do you do it? Like, and I'm speaking from their perspective. I go through so much, or I feel like I do anyway, on a daily. I feel like I'm just drowning in everything. And then I see you at church and you're just smiling and laughing and talking to people, and you're walking around and like as if nothing was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I said, it looks that way, but don't just look at me.
Mm-hmm.
You got to ask him too,
Yeah.
because I asked him for help.
Oh,
I can't do this by myself.
Yep. 100%.
I can't. And so many people, you're like, man, how you do it? Hey, I do it because he's doing it through me.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she was asking me that, I was I didn't want to say her faith was, small or anything. I just said, listen, I might have lost my sight in this accident, but I didn't lose my vision.
Yeah.
My vision was always to help people, and that's all I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
That is all I'm trying to do in this world. I don't care how big, I don't care how small. I just want to help.
Yep. And that is a very powerful purpose. But as you said, we don't get from point A to point B overnight. It's
That's
a
right.
journey, and your healing and your growth are an ongoing journey. So what kind of habits have helped you in this journey to stay grounded or focused or driven in the difficult times?
One thing is finding something. So for me, I had to find something I could connect with quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like my life I was literally you ever felt like you were falling and you're trying to grab something and you just couldn't grab a hold to it? That's how I felt with my life.
Yeah.
And so I had to find something to grab a hold to that was a part of my life.
Yeah.
That first thing I grabbed a hold to is sitting behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing the drums since I was 7.
Mm-hmm.
Once I found that I could still do that, oh boy, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I am still here. Inside, all of that is inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
That's my passion. So I know that I'm still here because I can still do something I love.
Yeah.
Now, once I got through to doing something I love and, being able to do it whenever I feel, is more so, I can share it with the world.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. I play at my church every Sunday that I'm home and not on the road. And, I've even played in other states. I went to Texas one time. I played there. I played in Washington State. I played somewhere everywhere. Hey, and if you want me to come play, hey, call me.
Reach out. You'll come on down.
And so it's one of those things where, again, I'm helping.
Yeah.
And how do I know I'm helping? Because that music is food for the soul. I mean, people love it.
Yes, they do.
People love music. Now, I don't know if I play your genre of music, but I do know I play my genre.
And
you know what I mean?
What is your genre?
I grew up in the church.
Okay.
And so I play gospel music, quartet music. I mean, I've also played pop and R&B, but that's my background and footing is in gospel and quartet.
Yep.
And that's the church that I'm in too. We do gospel and quartet. But when I'm telling you, I get loose on those drums.
Yeah.
I tell you, this past Sunday, whoo-wee, I was going crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. And why was I going crazy? Because I love the drums.
Yeah.
It's not to show off. None of that. It's to say I can still do it.
Yep. Your connection to something tangible also serves as that connection to serve other people.
Yeah.
That's really a beautiful thing. It kind of ground you in that idea of service and purpose and fueling your passion. But I know in your work, you also, I believe you mentor veterans and students, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so with your work with veterans and students being rooted in that service piece, what do you think fuels your desire to give back, and how do you help others discover their purpose?
Of course, that goes back to not just my quote, but the military.
Yeah.
When I was in the military, you know, when I became an instructor, even before I became an instructor, we were going through school. It was hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it took a year. It was so hard. People would come to me. They're like, "Hey, man, I heard you do pretty good with this. Hey, man, hey, who's telling y'all this?"
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like I'm struggling just like y'all. I feel like I'm trying to keep my head above water just like y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they understood that I had that what is it? It's that it factor. Like, I won't let this thing defeat me. See,
Yeah.
they would get defeated whenever they got a bad grade or the flight didn't go well. You know, stuff like that. No, I'm going to figure out what I did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When we go into this mission debrief, I'm going to write it down and take notes, and I'm going to work on it.
Yeah.
What are you doing after your debriefs?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was what I would do for my students, even when I became an instructor. Hey, come on, let's go over here into this other room because I don't want everybody hearing what I'm telling you.
Right.
So first off, I'm taking it out of the public.
Yeah.
It's just me and you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't need to publicly humiliate you at all. Because that's not what I'm trying to do anyway.
No.
But if you feel that way, I can't stop you from feeling that way.
Right.
So what I would do is I would take them to another room, tell them what I saw, what I think they should work on. And I'm like, hey, man, listen, you're a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're a good girl. You got this. All you need to do is study it. All you need to do is keep going. Keep moving forward. Don't let nobody stop you.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I had going against me. Trust me. I know the things I had going against me in the military. And boy, it was not easy. So that's one part of it.
You're an encourager. You lift people up. You celebrate the greatness in others, and you do it with such a sense of humility.
Yes.
You're not afraid to let them know that you've struggled and that you were able to overcome that struggle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
And that's the other part, the transparency.
Yeah.
I tell people I did that too.
Yep.
You know, don't think that I became an instructor because I was always the best.
Mm-hmm.
Never, no.
Yeah.
I became an instructor because they saw I made mistakes, but knew how to get back up.
Mm-hmm. And you're always striving for that excellence. So in a world where, you know, we have all the social media and the technology and everybody is comparing ourselves to each other, how do you strive for excellence and avoid that trap of perfectionistic tendencies or comparison?
That was a rat race that I was on.
Yeah.
I used to be on that one too. But I had to figure one thing out.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't getting me anywhere.
No.
I'm gonna try to break it down for you. When I was looking at perfection or looking at somebody that I wanted to model my craft around, in a sense, somebody who's already doing it, basically.
Yeah.
And I was looking at, I'm like, gosh, man, I wish this, if I could do, wait a minute. They've been doing this thing for like 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've only been doing this thing since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I got to slow my roll.
Yep.
I got to build to that.
Yeah.
I'm not even a decade into this thing, and I feel strong. You know what I mean? And so when I had to reflect on what was causing me to basically be stopped, because I really was not going anywhere. I was stuck inside of me. I literally felt like I was stuck inside my own mind.
Yep.
You know, because I'm like, well, nah, I don't think that would sound good. You know, nah, that video was terrible. I wonder what I look like. Well, first off, you can't see yourself. So I don't care how anybody else sees you.
Yeah.
I had to get, and I hear people tell, well, anyway, I used to hear people tell me all the time, man, you look so amazing. I love what you be saying, what you're doing. And I'm like, boy, I wish I felt that way.
Yeah.
But that's when I started to adopt it.
Yep.
Why don't you feel that way?
Oh, we really get in our own way with our limiting beliefs. And, excellence is just about getting a little bit better each and every day.
Yeah.
I was just listening to a podcast this morning, and they were talking about, setting small micro goals, forming micro habits, celebrating the micro wins, and just consistently building, stacking those and building and building and building and just consistently getting better, because consistency is so much more powerful than intensity.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any day of the week. I would take, if we were in the NBA, NFL, whatever, I would take that player that works hard every day over that guy just like, oh man, I'm gonna show up and bust they tail every time.
Yep.
Because if all you're gonna do is show up on that Sunday or that Saturday or whatever one day it is out of the week versus this guy that goes to the gym every day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take him every day.
1000%. Yes, I completely agree with you. And, when we are building the habits and aligning that to our values, and it sounds like one of your values is service, which is extremely powerful.
Yeah.
And connecting that with our purpose and our passion, we can do so much in this life in helping other people, which you and I have that in common. That is my overall purpose. I really just want to help people and to maximize this life that we have, because we only get this one shot at it.
That's it.
That's it. And sometimes fear, or those limiting beliefs that we talked about, really get in our way of having the life that we want. So I would imagine after that accident, there was a time that you had to choose faith over fear. So what does that look like in your life, and how has it shaped your life, Kijuan?
That's a hard one. And I say it's a hard one. Not, trust me, I know what faith looks like, but trusting in it was the hard part. It's not that I didn't know faith.
Right.
It's not that I didn't know that fear is false evidence appearing real. It's that I had to trust in faith. And once I did that, it definitely moved me along quicker than, being afraid. God.
Oh,
that was the worst, some of the worst times of my life, living in fear.
Yeah.
Because I've never done it until the accident. I had never lived in fear. Listen, I could hear gunshots ring out and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm still alive. That's basically how I saw it. and you just get to I'm not wanting to, bring up or highlight being numb, but you tend to get there.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I really don't like it when you're numb to stuff. But it happens in life, and
it does.
You want to find the things that you benefit from in that aspect of it. And so me benefiting in getting numb to what I at one point thought was fear. I was literally having moments where I'm thinking somebody's going to kick the door in.
Yeah.
Just because of something I heard outside. It could have been somebody closed a car door. Just as simple as that. Are they coming to this house? Oh no, he probably got on some boots. He gonna kick the door in. What? How do I even know any of this? I'm literally creating this narrative in my mind.
Yeah. We do that, don't we?
Yes, it's scary because the mind is so powerful that it can do that.
Oh yes.
This is why I tell people I don't watch scary movies. I don't like to watch those suspense movies And they're like, wait, why are you afraid? I said, my mind.
Mm-hmm.
My mind is stronger than you. It's stronger than the movie. It's stronger than all that because it's weird. It's inside of me.
Right.
So I can tell it not to think about it. But if it overrides me, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to replace those thoughts when they creep in, those, moments of fear, like we said before, create those limiting beliefs, and it creates a narrative. And the power of belief is so incredibly strong, whether it's reality or just perception. It's so incredibly strong, and it builds a future for us.
Oh, yeah.
So, what is the future that you see? What is your vision for a better, more hopeful future?
I mean, it's no different than what I've already hinted at. I just want to keep serving.
Yeah.
And I want to serve in a high facet.
Mm-hmm.
I want it, whether it's big or small, I don't care.
Yeah.
I want it just to be service.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm a faith believer. You probably heard it already, and you can understand that.
Yeah.
I am a Christian.
Yeah.
Now, what was Jesus? He was a servant.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we trying to be anything bigger than he was
Yeah.
when he was the greatest thing on earth? And that's my thinking process to this. I just want to serve.
Yep. And when we're serving others, it makes whatever we're going through, however big or small in our own lives, less important, because what we're focused on is that service to others, helping others, and creating a more hopeful, bright future for the people that we're serving.
Yep.
And then by doing that, Kijuan, we're creating a better future for ourselves too.
Not just ourselves, but the next generation, the next person. It's a thing that's like almost like a revolving door. It doesn't stop. It keeps giving.
Yep.
That's one of the gifts that keeps on giving, service.
It does. It does. And something you said that I'm gonna hold on to is fear is false evidence appearing real.
That's it.
Fear is false evidence appearing real. And we have to employ the strategies to reframe our thinking to shape the future, the more hopeful future that we want to create in our lives and in the lives of those we serve. Kijuan, your story is so beautiful and so inspiring. And I am thankful that you came on today and you shared that with us. So if people want to get in contact with you after this episode, how could they do that?
Yeah, no, for sure. They can reach out to me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all the same social media handle, which is my first and last name, Kijuan Amey. That's KIJUAN AMEY. And if you want to go book me for any speaking engagements or even find my book, you can go to my website, which is ameymotivation.com. That's AMEY motivation.com.
Kijuan, I can't wait to share your story with the Lead with Hope community. Thank you for reminding us that life and leadership is not about what we see, but what we believe is possible.
Thanks for tuning in to Lead with Hope, where we share stories and strategies to help you rise, lead, and redefine what's possible. If today's episode inspired you, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and leave a review. Your support helps us reach more leaders like you who are ready to lead with heart, purpose, and resilience. Don't forget to visit sparkhopeedu.com for resources, upcoming events, and tools to help you build a culture of hope in your life and leadership. We're so grateful to be part of your journey. Until next time, keep leading with hope.